Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff explains why she didn't compete in US Open mixed doubles. Coco Gauff begins her quest for a second US Open title this week as the 21-year-old looks to add to her French Open title earlier this year. The world number 3, who claimed victory on home soil back in 2023 against Aryna Sabalenka, faces off against Ajla Tomljanovic. Gauff is among the favorites this time around but will have to overcome Sabalenka again, as well as Iga Swiatek. Her preparations for this year's tournament have differed from most of her fellow players, having opted out of the revamped mixed doubles competition. It comes as Gauff explained her decision to split with her coach on the eve of the tournament. Gauff reached the final of the women's doubles with Katie McNally back in 2021, but decided not to join the likes of Emma Raducanu and Carlos Alcaraz in signing up this time around. Sairani and Andrea Vavasori ultimately defended their crown as the only recognized doubles pairing in the 16-team event. Explaining her decision, Gauff said, "I definitely watched it. I did have some FOMO. I love mixed doubles, and I did the one-set format last year with Ben, which was really fun. I just had so much sponsor stuff this week, so I was just like I knew from the beginning that it wasn't going to be a possibility for me. I'm someone who likes to win, and I'm locked in if I'm doing something. I knew I would try to be as locked in with that. I thought it was really cool, and it was great to see the mixed doubles get the recognition that it needs. And yeah, I definitely think the format was great, but I definitely think for next year there can be some changes maybe with the entry. Just allow more double specialists to compete. But I definitely think there is a balance between getting the top singles players and a lot more double specialists involved. It could be. It's already an outstanding product, even more of an outstanding product." Asked if she would consider competing next year, Gauff added, "I'm never going to shut anything down. There's definitely a possibility for me to play in the future. New York is always tough for me, but if other slams catch on, I feel like it will be a little bit easier there." Gauff gets her campaign underway on Tuesday, with the likes of Novak Djokovic in action on the opening day. Flushing Meadows, New York, August 2025. The buzz of New York City doesn't stop at the gates of the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. As the US Open surges into its second week, the media room is abuzz, not with gossip or drama, but with a rare calm curiosity. Coco Gauff, the defending US Open singles champion and one of tennis's most electrifying figures, has just stepped up to the podium. Sporting a Nike warm-up jacket and her signature braids tied back, Gauff exudes the casual confidence of someone who knows what it means to play under pressure and win. A reporter raises the question that's been circulating quietly among fans and pundits alike. "Coco, you played mixed doubles here in 2023 with Jack Sock, and there were rumors you'd team up again this year. Can you tell us why you decided not to compete in mixed doubles at this US Open?" Gauff smiles, and then pauses. Not the kind of pause that signals discomfort, but one that suggests thoughtfulness. When she speaks, her words are deliberate. "Honestly," she begins, "it came down to knowing myself a little better this year." The evolution of a champion. At 21, Coco Gauff has already lived through more pressure than most people twice her age. From her breakthrough win against Venus Williams at Wimbledon when she was just 15, to her first Grand Slam title in singles at the 2023 US Open, Gauff's journey has been part prodigy fairytale, part gladiator saga. In 2023, when she and Jack Sock played mixed doubles, it felt like a celebration. That year was all about rediscovering joy in the game, she reflects. "I'd had some tough losses before that summer, and playing mixed was a reminder of why I started, because it was fun." Their partnership was electric, full of cheeky grins, powerful serves, and on-court banter that made even casual tennis fans tune in. They didn't win the title, but they won hearts, and they reminded everyone that Gauff wasn't just a serious competitor. She was also a 19-year-old who liked to laugh, dance, and play. But 2 years later, things have changed. "Back then," she continues, "I was still figuring out how much I could carry. Singles, doubles, mixed, it was like, sure, why not? I wanted to do everything, and I could do everything. But just because you can doesn't mean you should, especially not every time." The weight of expectation. Since her 2023 triumph, Gauff has become a cornerstone of American tennis. Her matches routinely draw sellout crowds, Her social media posts light up instantly with millions of likes, and every tournament comes with an invisible weight, expectation. I'm no longer the underdog, she says, not boastfully but with self-awareness. People expect me to go deep. They expect finals. That changes how you plan your tournament. In 2024, Gauff learned that lesson the hard way. Attempting to compete in singles, women's doubles, and mixed at both the French Open and Wimbledon left her physically and emotionally drained. At Roland Garros, she was bounced out in the quarterfinals of singles and suffered a heartbreaking mixed doubles exit in the semifinals after cramping up mid-match. I remember finishing my last match in Paris and just crying in the locker room, she recalls. Not because I lost, but because I felt like I had nothing left. I realized I was spreading myself too thin. Rewriting the game plan. So in 2025, she and her team sat down and asked a tough question. What does success really look like? The answer wasn't win everything. The answer was win something, but do it at 100%. For this US Open, that meant cutting out mixed doubles altogether. It wasn't an easy call, Gauff admits. Jack and I talked. We joked about getting the band back together. And believe me, I wanted to. But at the end of the day, my body and my mind had to come first. She also spoke with her longtime coach, Diego Moyano, and her mental coach, about the emotional demands of competing across multiple draws. Mentally, you have to reset every match. It's not just about the hours on court. It's the adrenaline, the recovery, the tactics, all changing depending on who you're playing with or against. It's a lot. The data supported her instincts. According to her team's analytics, Gauff's recovery rate significantly improved when she focused on fewer events. Her serve speed, ground stroke accuracy, and mental resilience in high-pressure games all saw measurable upticks, making space for others. Interestingly, Gauff's decision also came with a note of humility and awareness of the sports ecosystem. I think it's important to make space, she says. There are so many talented players out there trying to make a name for themselves, especially in doubles and mixed. If I'm not giving 100%, then I'm taking up a spot someone else could really use. This sentiment resonates with Gauff's broader outlook on tennis and responsibility. A vocal advocate for social justice, education, and youth empowerment, she sees the sport as a platform, not just for herself, but for the next wave. I remember what it felt like to get a wild card and suddenly be playing under the lights. That changed my life. So now, I try to be mindful of how I can pass that opportunity forward. A champion's focus. As the US Open heads into its final stretch, Gauff remains a front-runner in the women's singles draw. Her forehand is sharper than ever, her backhand lethal, and her court movement still ballet sprint. Off the court, she's composed, focused, and grounded. I don't regret not playing mixed, she says simply, because I'm playing the best tennis of my life right now. And that's what I came here to do. Fans may miss the playful energy of her mixed doubles appearances, but few can argue with the results. Gauff is not here to do it all. She's here to do what matters most, on her own terms. The future isn't cancelled. Before leaving the press room, Gauff adds one final note. Just because I'm not playing mixed this year doesn't mean it's off the table forever. I love that part of the game. Maybe next year, or maybe at the Olympics. You'll just have to stay tuned. She winks, and just like that, the moment softens again. The crowd outside roars as another match point is saved on Arthur Ashe. But inside, one thing is clear. Coco Gauff is not trying to be everything to everyone. She's carving her path, choosing her moments, and playing the long game. And in doing so, she might just redefine what greatness looks like.